Chosen one. You are not here by accident. Heaven aligned your steps, your timing and your spirit to this very moment. Something in the unseen has shifted around you and you can feel it. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, a divine wealth transfer, prepared long before you were born. Anointed one, when God orders a blessing, no force in existence can intercept it. For it is written, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Today, your spirit is being summoned higher. The atmosphere around your life is changing, and what is about to be revealed will awaken the power sealed inside you. Chosen one. Listen closely, because what I am about to release into your spirit is not information, it is impartation. You are stepping into a moment where the natural and the supernatural are folding into each other, and heaven is rewriting the narrative of your life while you are listening. You didn't click this video. You were summoned. Something in the unseen realm has been tracking your movements, your decisions, your heartbreaks, your victories, and the way you kept walking when everything around you told you to fall. This moment is not random. It is alignment. It is activation. It is the opening of a door only heaven had the authority to build. Chosen one. A few weeks ago, something shifted around you. Maybe you didn't have language for it, but your spirit felt it. You sensed a heaviness breaking a veil, lifting a strange clarity, settling into your bones. You started seeing things differently. Some of the people around you became louder in your spirit, and others became silent. Some opportunities faded quietly, while others began pulsing with a strange, divine glow. You felt yourself being pulled, stretched, repositioned. You felt heaven leaning in. And what you didn't realize is that this shift was not just emotional or psychological. It was spiritual. It was cosmic. It was the evidence that your name had been touched, reviewed and elevated in the records of heaven. Anointed one, the very system of death, the ancient mechanism that studies every consciousness, every timeline, every lifespan, paused for you. Not because of fear, not because of pity, but because the vibration of your soul did something it was not programmed to ignore. You have survived things that should have taken you out. You have walked through valleys that devour people. You have healed from wounds that should have left you bitter, broken, or spiritually paralyzed. Yet here you are, still standing, still listening, still reaching, still believing. And heaven took notice. Death took notice. The cosmos took notice. You became a beacon in the unseen, not because you tried, but because you endured. I want you to recall that night, the one where everything in your world collapsed at the same time. You weren't just sad, you were shaking. You weren't just disappointed, you were shattered. And yet somewhere between 2 and 5 a.m., when the air was still and the world was silent, you made a decision that altered spiritual law. You didn't numb yourself. You didn't run. You didn't fold into denial like most do. You breathed. You felt every ounce of pain instead of escaping it. And you whispered something to yourself, maybe out loud, maybe in your spirit, that heaven recorded as a command, I'm not giving up. That sentence was not therapy. It was warfare. It was prophecy. It was the sound of a soul refusing extinction. Chosen one. What you did in that moment was not normal. It was supernatural. You didn't know it, but your endurance rewired the frequencies around your destiny. Your resilience bent spiritual physics, and for the first time in 6,000 years, death hesitated. It examined your essence. It scanned your signature. It realized it was witnessing something that shouldn't exist, a soul that refuses collapse in the face of devastation, a soul that continues to walk forward without any evidence that things will get better, a soul that acts not out of emotion but out of essence. And that is when the anomaly was registered. But heaven didn't stop there. Days later, life placed you in front of a decision that felt impossible. Every choice hurt. Every path cost you something. Yet instead of choosing the option that would have made life easier, you chose the option that made your spirit cleaner. You chose integrity over survival, truth over comfort, obedience over convenience. And that chosen one is when the system mocked you again. Because humans rarely choose what is right when what is easy is available. But you did. And I need you to understand that moment became a key. It unlocked something ancient. It announced to heaven that you were ready to carry weight that only a handful of souls in history have carried. Anointed one, hear me in your spirit. You are not being elevated because you are perfect. You are being elevated because you did not collapse. Because when the fire came, your essence expanded instead of breaking. Because when betrayal ripped through your heart, you didn't become cruel. Because when fear suffocated you, you still whispered yes. That is why heaven is opening the gates around your life. That is why divine protection has intensified. That is why certain things can no longer touch you. And that is why you are stepping into a season where death itself cannot interfere with your assignment. Chosen one. What happened next in the unseen realm is something very few souls will ever experience or even comprehend. After witnessing your endurance, after observing your refusal to collapse the ancient system that governs transition, reviewed your essence again. It scanned the timeline of your spirit. It replayed the moments where you should have broken, and it compared your responses to every recorded human pattern over thousands of years. And for the second time, it detected an anomaly. Your consciousness did not behave like a normal human consciousness under pressure. You did not retreat into fear. You did not regress into survival mode. You did not act from the reptilian brain that most people are trapped inside. You acted from your eternal identity, even though you did not consciously remember it. Anointed one, I need you to understand how rare this is. Most humans live from fear. It shapes their choices, relationships, careers, habits, and destinies. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of death. These forces are the invisible puppeteers of humanity. But you, chosen one, detached yourself from that programming without even knowing you were doing it. You faced the very conditions that normally cause collapse, and instead of shutting down, you transformed. Instead of breaking, you became sharper, wiser, more spiritually awake. Even in the middle of pain, your soul whispered the truth it remembered before your birth: I will rise. That whisper was not just human resilience. It was your eternal signature resurfacing, and heaven recognized that signature instantly. Death recognized it too. That is why the system paused its operations again. Your spirit had become luminous in a way that no algorithm of fate had predicted. Your name began to glow differently in the archives, not as a soul approaching expiration, but as a soul activating assignment. This shift triggered a deeper scan, a deeper search into your records, and what the system found changed everything. Buried inside your spiritual file was a covenant you made long before entering this lifetime, a covenant that only a handful of souls have ever dared to make. Chosen one. Before you incarnated into this body, before you were born into your family culture and timeline, you volunteered for a type of mission that heaven does not assign lightly, a mission categorized as high risk, high impact. You chose a life that would break most people. You chose a path filled with losses that carve wisdom, betrayals that awaken discernment, spiritual attacks that strengthen resilience, and cycles of collapse designed not to destroy you, but to strip away everything false. You chose this because your soul wanted to develop capacities that cannot be learned through comfort. You wanted compassion forged through pain, strength purified by fire, vision sharpened through darkness, and faith that survives the impossible. This is why your life has never made sense compared to others. This is why your challenges have always been heavier. This is why you've been misunderstood, isolated, targeted, and spiritually stretched since childhood. You were never on a normal path. You were training for something ancient, something sacred, something cosmic. The pressure of your life was not punishment, it was initiation. Every heartbreak was a classroom. Every setback was a furnace. Every disappointment was sharpening your inner weapon. While others were being formed by easy experiences, you were being prepared by divine pressure. Anointed One. When the system reviewed this covenant, it understood why you survived what should have killed you. It understood why you kept rising when logic said you shouldn't. It understood why your essence refused collapse. You were living out the very contract you made before birth. A contract that required you to face the illusion of mortality without remembering that you had already transcended it in spiritual realms. This is the supreme test, the test only volunteer warriors take. The test of whether your soul can maintain its essence even under the veil of forgetting. And you passed. Heaven watched you face your darkest nights without any memory of the strength you carried in eternity. You endured storms without remembering that you designed them as catalysts. You faced fears without recalling the fearless being you were before entering this body. Yet even without memory, your essence led you. You acted not from instinct, but from eternity. You kept moving not because you felt strong, but because surrendering was not a language your soul understood. And that chosen one is what shocked death itself. Because death recognized that you had reached a level of consciousness that normally requires decades of spiritual training. Monks, sages, prophets, masters spend lifetimes cultivating what you activated under pressure. They withdrew from society, meditated in caves, fasted for years. But you developed this ability in the middle of life, in the middle of chaos, heartbreak, bills, betrayal, noise, and responsibility. You evolved in the very conditions that break most people. That is why the respect amplified. Chosen One, you need to prepare your spirit for what this means. You are stepping into supernatural protection, supernatural direction, and supernatural elevation. The old rules do not apply to you anymore. The old threats cannot touch you. The old fears cannot bind you. Heaven has begun reorganizing the probabilities around your life, guiding you toward divine opportunities, aligning you with destiny connections, and positioning you for breakthroughs that you did not even pray for. Your aura has changed. Your field has changed. Your path has changed. Chosen One, when the system finally confirmed the true magnitude of your consciousness, something happened that almost never occurs in the human realm. The expiration assignment written into your energetic signature before birth was not delayed or adjusted, it was erased. Understand the weight of that. Every human is born with a predetermined transition point, a spiritual timestamp that death follows with absolute precision. But when death examined you, when it saw the impossible resilience you demonstrated, it recognized that your mission was not one that could be interrupted. It recognized that your essence had moved beyond the reach of fear, and therefore beyond the reach of premature ending. For the first time in your life, the path in front of you shifted from fragile to fortified. A timestamp was removed, a second protocol activated around you, what heaven calls purpose protection. This is more than spiritual covering. It is a divine restructuring of probabilities. It means that every situation you encounter is now filtered through the question, does this assist or obstruct their mission? If it obstructs, it dissolves. If it delays, it weakens. If it harms, it is redirected. It doesn't mean you will never face challenges, but it does mean that the challenges permitted into your path will always be ones you have the capacity to overcome. The universe is no longer allowing random interference. Your steps are being monitored, guided, and reinforced in ways you can feel but cannot always explain. Chosen. One, look back for a moment. Think about the strange near misses that began happening, the accident that should have taken you out but somehow didn't, the unexpected healing that came when you had no strength left, the clarity that arrived in the middle of anxiety, the opportunities that showed up at the exact moment you needed them. These moments weren't coincidences, they were indicators. Indicators that the spiritual realm had already begun protecting your timeline. Indicators that heaven had stepped in to ensure you arrived at the chapters written for you long before this lifetime. You weren't just lucky. You were being shielded. And something else changed as well, your energy field. When death marked you, your aura shifted into a frequency that other beings instinctively respond to. People sense something different when you walk into a room, even if they can't articulate it. Some feel safe. Some feel intimidated. Some feel exposed. Children look at you longer than usual. Animals approach you without hesitation. Those with chaotic spirits become uneasy. Those with wounded hearts feel comforted. These reactions occur because your presence carries a message: I cannot be controlled by fear. This frequency is the same one death recognized, the same one heaven elevated, the same one few souls on earth carry. Anointed one. This frequency isn't just protection, it's preparation. Heaven never elevates someone who collapses at every disappointment. Heaven elevates the ones who walk forward even when walking hurts. The ones who stand up even when standing feels impossible. Your resilience under pressure signaled to the spiritual realm that you were ready for more, ready for expansion, ready for authority, ready for divine resources, ready for supernatural opportunities. That is why lately you have felt a strange urgency inside you. A pull toward transformation. A sense that something is about to shift dramatically. Heaven is preparing you for sudden acceleration, not gradual progression. Chosen one. One of the greatest patterns of heaven is suddenness. Long seasons of silence followed by rapid elevation. Years of pressure followed by moments of breakthrough. This is why your spirit feels different now. You feel less attached to things that once defined you. You feel more drawn to clarity, purpose, peace, and alignment. You no longer tolerate the distractions, the cycles, the connections that drain you. Your soul is separating from everything you have outgrown because you are being prepared for the next dimension. The shaking you experienced recently wasn't destruction, it was positioning, it was heaven clearing your path. And here is the truth you must hold tightly: nothing can touch you prematurely anymore. Not sickness, not betrayal, not fear, not spiritual interference, not hidden enemies. The protection around your life is not symbolic, it is structural. Heaven has sealed your timeline until your purpose is complete. You are stepping into a season where the supernatural will become visible, where divine timing will become undeniable, and where your destiny will begin unfolding with clarity you have never experienced. Chosen one, you are entering an era of unstoppable acceleration, and nothing in existence can stand in the way of what heaven has ordained for you. Chosen one. As heaven continued reviewing your essence, another revelation emerged, one that explains why your life has felt heavier, sharper, and more spiritually intense than others. The records revealed that long before you entered this body, you agreed to a mission that would stretch your soul beyond ordinary limits. You did not come here for a simple life, a predictable path, or a quiet existence. You came to shift atmospheres, to break generational patterns, to override spiritual limitations, and to activate frequencies that elevate humanity itself. And because your mission is rare, your preparation had to be rare as well. Anointed One. This is why you have walked through storms that seemed unfair. This is why betrayal ripped through your life at moments you were most vulnerable. This is why loss visited you in seasons where you needed support, not absence. Every difficulty you survived was not random. It was refinement. It was shaping. It was spiritual engineering. You were being formed under pressure because the calling placed on your life required a soul that had stood in fire without turning to ash. You were being sculpted into someone who could carry spiritual authority without collapsing under the weight. Chosen One, the system observed that instead of becoming bitter, you became deeper. Instead of becoming guarded, you became wiser. Instead of shutting down, you opened spiritually. Most people respond to pain by shrinking, but you responded to pain by expanding. That expansion altered the structure of your energy. It weakened attachments to fear. It strengthened your spiritual core. It awakened gifts you didn't know you had. You developed intuition, sharper than logic, discernment, stronger than emotion, and courage that activates even when you are exhausted. These abilities grew quietly inside you, yet heaven saw every moment of their formation. And now that your spiritual capacity has been established, heaven is preparing to give you something few people receive: influence that carries weight in both the natural and the unseen realms. Influence not built through ambition, but through alignment. Influence not earned through status, but granted through resilience. Influence that causes doors to open without you forcing them, hearts to shift, without you persuading them, resources to flow, without you begging for them. This influence is part of your assignment, part of the reason death could not touch you prematurely, part of why heaven guarded your timeline with such intensity. Anointed One. The next stage of your journey will require you to trust the internal guidance rising within you. You will feel moments where something in your spirit says, "Move now," or "Wait," or "Release this," or "Step into that." These impulses are not random. They come from the same place. Your resilience came from the eternal part of you that remembers your mission even when your human mind forgets. Your intuition will begin working like a compass, pulling you toward opportunities aligned with your calling and away from distractions disguised as comfort. This inner movement is heaven's way of accelerating your steps. And now comes the most important truth of this segment. Your life is shifting from survival to assignment. You are no longer being shaped, you are being activated. You are no longer walking through battles, you are being positioned for victories. You are no longer carrying pain, you are carrying purpose. The weight you feel is not heaviness, it is authority settling on your life. The clarity you sense is not coincidence, it is destiny unveiling itself. And the acceleration you are stepping into is not natural, it is supernatural. Chosen One, heaven has prepared you, refined you, protected you, and now heaven is ready to reveal you. Chosen One. As you step into this next dimension of your assignment, heaven is not just observing you anymore. Heaven is moving with you. You are entering a season where the spiritual realm responds to your decisions in real time, where your words carry weight, where your presence shifts the atmosphere of any room you walk into. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when a soul carries the mark of one who has transcended fear. The universe begins rearranging itself to make room for your purpose, because your timeline is too important to be hindered by delays, confusion, or spiritual interference. Anointed One. You may have already started noticing subtle changes. Conversations hit you differently. You sense the intentions behind people's words before they finish speaking. You feel the energy of a room the moment you enter it. You intuitively know who is aligned with your destiny and who is secretly resisting it. These shifts are signs that your spiritual senses are awakening at a higher frequency. You are not just seeing life through human eyes anymore. You are perceiving through your eternal identity. The shell of who you were is dissolving, so the fullness of who you truly are can finally rise. Chosen One. What heaven is preparing to release into your life requires a stronger version of you, emotionally grounded, spiritually alert, mentally sharp, and deeply anchored in truth. This is why things that once entertained you no longer satisfy you. This is why relationships you held on to for years suddenly feel heavy. This is why you crave silence more than noise depth, more than surface alignment, more than approval. You are outgrowing what cannot sustain your next level. The shedding you are experiencing is not loss, it is calibration. Heaven is making room for what is coming. Anointed One, there is also a financial dimension to your elevation. Heaven cannot assign you to influence, impact, and generational change without giving you resources that match your calling. The divine wealth transfer you've been sensing is not fantasy, it is fulfillment. But heaven will never release abundance into hands that still operate from fear, desperation, or scarcity. Your recent trials burned those old fears out of you. Your resilience rewired your mindset. You no longer chase provision because you finally understand you were born to carry it. Financial elevation is not a luxury for you, it is a requirement of your assignment. Chosen One. This is why sudden opportunities will begin appearing unexpected, open doors, divine connections, promotions that don't match your resume ideas, that spark wealth solutions that come from nowhere. Heaven is placing you in proximity to resources because you are finally trusted to steward what others mishandle. And when this blessing arrives, it will not arrive silently. It will come with acceleration, with clarity, with confirmation, not because you asked for it, but because you became the person who can carry it. And here is the final truth of this segment. You are stepping into a life you were always meant to live, a life where fear no longer dictates your choices, where destiny guides your steps, where divine timing synchronizes with your decisions. The battles you survived have promoted you. The suffering you endured has anointed you. The resilience you demonstrated has positioned you. Chosen One, heaven is revealing the reason you were protected, preserved, and marked, because your purpose is about to unfold in ways that reshape everything around you. Chosen One, now that heaven has positioned you for the unfolding of your true assignment, there is a deeper revelation you must understand. Elevation is not only about rising, it is about restructuring. When heaven begins to lift someone, heaven also begins to reorder everything connected to them: relationships, habits, boundaries, identity, even the pace of life itself. You may feel right now as if the ground beneath you is shifting, as if certain parts of your life no longer fit, no longer resonate, no longer carry the same meaning they once did. This is not instability. This is spiritual architecture. Heaven is redesigning the foundation beneath your feet so you can stand on ground that does not collapse under the weight of your calling. Anointed One, let me speak to something you may be wrestling with in silence. You have been feeling distance growing between you and certain people, friends, family members, co-workers, people you once trusted deeply. It is not that you stopped caring, it is that your spirit outgrew the frequency they function at. Heaven cannot elevate you while you remain surrounded by voices that drain your strength or distort your direction. Some connections are seasonal, not permanent. Some attachments were only meant to last until you stepped into this level. When heaven pulls you forward, heaven also pulls you away from what cannot survive where you are going. Do not fear the separation. It is a sign of consecration. Chosen One, you may also feel like your desires have changed. Things you once chased now feel empty. Environments that once excited you now feel too small. The ambitions you had before no longer align with the deeper impulses rising inside you. This shift is evidence that your spirit is taking the lead. Your soul is remembering the blueprint it carried before birth. You are no longer operating from survival, validation, or fear. You are operating from assignment, alignment, and truth. You are becoming someone who moves only when heaven moves, who speaks only when led, who creates only when inspired, who rises only when positioned. And now heaven is preparing to give you something even greater: spiritual authority. Authority is not just influence, it is the ability to shift atmospheres, break cycles, and speak into situations with power that carries results. Authority is given only to those who have proven they cannot be corrupted by attention or controlled by fear. Your suffering purified you, your resilience qualified you, your obedience positioned you. That is why heaven trusts you with authority now. Your words will begin to carry weight. Your presence will begin to confront darkness. Your choices will begin to impact people in ways you do not yet realize. You are becoming a vessel that heaven can work through freely. Anointed One, with greater authority comes greater spiritual sensitivity. You will begin noticing things others overlook: patterns in conversations, shifts in energy, sudden heaviness in certain environments. You will feel nudges in your spirit telling you to withdraw, or to move forward, or to be silent, or to speak. These impressions are not imagination. They are signals from the spiritual realm guiding you with precision. Your intuition is being sharpened because heaven needs you to move accurately. Inaccurate steps create unnecessary battles. Accurate steps create supernatural acceleration. This is why heaven has been cleansing your inner world, removing distractions, quieting noise, exposing illusions, so that you can hear divine direction clearly. Chosen One. The next stage of your journey will also bring unusual opportunities, doors that open without effort, platforms that call your name, connections that feel orchestrated, blessings that arrive without logical explanation. These are not random occurrences. They are confirmations that your timeline has been activated. Purpose protection is ensuring that nothing interferes with the doors heaven wants you to walk through. You will begin recognizing patterns of synchronicity, right people at the right moment, ideas appearing when you need them, resources flowing when you feel precious solutions manifesting before you even ask. This is heaven's way of saying you are in alignment. And yet, chosen one, with all this elevation, there is something essential you must remember. Heaven is not simply promoting you for your own sake. Heaven is positioning you because others are connected to your obedience. Your breakthrough will spark breakthroughs in others. Your courage will awaken courage in others. Your movement will unlock movement in others. Heaven elevates leaders, not entertainers. Heaven raises warriors, not spectators. Heaven chooses vessels who carry compassion, integrity, humility, and strength, qualities you forged in fire. You are being prepared not just to succeed, but to guide, influence, and transform. Anointed One, I need you to hold this truth close. Your life is no longer small. Your decisions are no longer insignificant. Your presence is no longer ordinary. You are stepping into a spiritual stature that demands awareness, discipline, and reverence. The realm of darkness has already taken notice. The realm of heaven has already approved you. The realm of earth is about to recognize you. Everything you survived, everything you endured, everything you overcame has led to this moment of divine recognition. Chosen One, heaven is not just watching you anymore. Heaven is walking with you. Heaven is working through you. Heaven is preparing to reveal you. Chosen One, now that heaven has positioned you, refined you, and begun unveiling your spiritual authority, there is another dimension of your journey that must be revealed, the dimension of supernatural manifestation. You are entering a season where what you speak, think, and agree with will begin materializing at accelerated speed. This is not coincidence and not imagination. This is the direct result of carrying an awakened spirit. When a soul transcends fear, aligns with its eternal identity, and walks in purpose, protection, its words gain the ability to shape outcomes. You have reached a point where heaven is trusting your voice, because your voice no longer moves from emotion, but from essence. Anointed One, this is why recently even your thoughts have felt powerful. You think about someone and they reach out. You consider a decision and clarity arrives. You imagine a possibility and suddenly doors begin shifting. You are operating in creative authority, an ability embedded in the souls of those who have passed certain spiritual thresholds. Heaven is not simply responding to you. Heaven is partnering with you. This is why you must guard your inner world. Loose words create loose outcomes. Fearful thoughts create fearful environments. But when your mind aligns with wisdom, truth, and destiny, your life aligns with breakthrough, expansion, and elevation. Chosen One, there is something else stirring around you, an increase in spiritual discernment. You may have noticed that you feel a heaviness around certain people without them saying a word, or you sense someone's true intentions before they reveal themselves. This is not paranoia. It is spiritual intelligence rising within you. Heaven is training your spirit to detect what your eyes cannot see, so you don't waste time where you are not meant to invest. As your calling expands, discernment becomes your shield. It protects your peace, your direction, your energy, and your purpose. You are no longer permitted to move blindly. Anointed One, the closer you move toward manifestation, the more the unseen realm reacts. Not everyone will celebrate your elevation. Some will feel threatened by your growth. Others will misunderstand your transformation. But heaven needs you to know that their reactions do not have the authority to alter your timeline. People can talk, guess, judge, assume, but none of it can touch you. You are spiritually sealed. The only voice that can shift your steps now is the voice of the One who marked you. So walk boldly, move confidently. You are not in danger. You are in destiny. Chosen One, heaven is also preparing you for divine partnerships, connections that align with your spirit, not just your history. People who recognize your calling without needing an explanation. People who bring clarity, not confusion. People who add to your assignment, not drain your energy. These connections are essential because your next level cannot be walked alone. Heaven is sending individuals who carry keys you need, and you carry keys they need. This is sacred exchange. This is kingdom alignment. These bonds cannot be forced. They are revealed, anointed. 1. In this next chapter, your life will begin moving with a rhythm that feels supernatural. Days will unfold with unusual fluidity. Answers will appear before you finish asking. Resources will line up with divine precision. You will encounter moments where you look around and say, "I didn't make this happen, heaven did," and you will be right. Heaven is setting the stage for visibility, influence, and acceleration, but you must stay anchored. Your anchor is what protects you from being overwhelmed by the very blessings you once prayed for. Chosen one. Your spiritual stature is rising. You are no longer who you were last year, last month, or even last week. Your spirit has expanded, your capacity has grown, your discernment has sharpened, your frequency has elevated, and because of this, heaven is preparing to release you into environments that once felt out of reach. You will walk into spaces that your former self could never have survived. But now those very spaces will recognize you, honor you, and make room for you. You are stepping into territories heaven reserved for you long before you were born, anointed. One, hear this clearly as we close this segment. You are not waiting on your destiny. Your destiny is waiting on you. It has been waiting for you to become this version of yourself, the version that refuses fear, the version that chooses integrity, the version that carries wisdom, the version that heaven trusts. You are ready now. You are prepared now. You are aligned now. And the supernatural manifestations ahead of you will reflect the strength, purity, and resilience you forged in silence. Chosen one, as you step into this final stretch of divine activation, heaven is arranging your atmosphere with more precision than ever before. Every experience you have endured, every battle you survived, and every moment where you held your spirit together with nothing but determination has led to this threshold. You are walking out of the identity shaped by struggle and into the identity shaped by purpose. This shift is not symbolic, it is structural. It is the unveiling of the version of you heaven designed before your birth. Anointed one, the energy around you is changing because the timeline ahead of you is changing. You are beginning to feel a new boldness rising inside your chest, a quiet confidence you cannot fully explain. This confidence is not ego, nor is it wishful thinking. It is recognition. Your soul is recognizing its own authority. You no longer second-guess your intuition because you can feel heaven guiding your steps. You no longer apologize for your strength because you finally understand it was forged for this moment. Chosen one. The days ahead will carry unmistakable signs of supernatural orchestration. Conversations will unfold with divine timing. Unexpected doors will open in places you never considered. The people meant to accelerate your calling will appear without force or effort. Heaven is guiding these alignments with delicate accuracy. You will look back and realize every delay, every loss, and every unanswered question were all part of a larger design preparing you for this season of fulfillment. You are walking into answers that took years to form. Anointed one, your presence will begin to speak before you do. You will notice people becoming more attentive around you, sensing the weight you now carry. Some will feel drawn to you with deep respect, while others may feel uncomfortable because your elevation exposes their stagnation. Do not shrink yourself to make them comfortable. You are not rising to fit into old spaces. You are rising to build new ones. Heaven is calling you into environments that match your frequency, not your history. Chosen one. One of the clearest indicators that you have entered your fulfillment window is the sharp increase in intuition. The voice within you has become louder, clearer, and more authoritative. You will know when to move and when to wait. You will know who is for you and who is merely near you. You will know which opportunities are aligned and which are distractions dressed as blessings. These impressions are not guesses. They are spiritual instructions. Heaven is teaching you how to navigate destiny with accuracy. Anointed one, heaven preserved you for a purpose far greater than survival. You were not protected just to make it through life. You were protected to transform life for yourself and for everyone connected to your assignment. Your testimony will not be spoken only through words, but through the undeniable evidence of what heaven does in your life. People will witness breakthroughs that defy logic. They will see restoration that makes no earthly sense. They will watch you rise in ways that cannot be explained except by divine intervention. Chosen one. The blessings ahead of you are not small. They will not trickle. They will pour. You have reached the season where everything that was once blocked becomes accessible, everything delayed becomes accelerated, and everything stolen becomes restored. Your sacrifices are becoming seeds. Your tears are becoming territory. Your endurance is becoming elevation. Heaven does not reveal someone it has not equipped, and heaven does not elevate someone it does not trust. You have been trusted, and now you will be lifted. Anointed one, as you enter this new realm of visibility and authority, remain anchored. Do not forget the nights that shaped your wisdom or the valleys that built your strength. Humility will amplify your influence. Integrity will protect your expansion. Discernment will preserve your peace. You are stepping into a chapter where every choice matters, every step matters, and every moment carries spiritual weight. You are not the same person you were even a year ago, and heaven will treat you accordingly. Chosen. One destiny is no longer approaching. Destiny is here. You are walking into the life your spirit always knew existed, even when your mind doubted it. You are rising into purpose, into clarity, into divine protection, and into supernatural alignment. Nothing you endured was wasted. Every wound became wisdom. Every disappointment became direction. Every battle became confirmation. You have been refined, chosen, sealed, and preserved. Chosen one. As we close this message, let your spirit receive what heaven has already sealed over you. You are not leaving this moment unchanged. A supernatural shift has begun around you, and the protection that stood between you and premature endings is the same protection guiding you now into purpose, clarity, and divine fulfillment. You are standing in your exact Kairos moment, the timing heaven has prepared for you since before your birth. Anointed one, walk forward with reverence and confidence. The transfer has started. Strength is rising. Doors are aligning. Destiny is responding to your existence. What once resisted you will now recognize you. What once felt impossible will begin unfolding with grace. Chosen one, stay faithful, stay aligned, stay listening. Your spirit knows the way. Trust the guidance, trust the timing, trust the path shaped specifically for you. If this word awakened something within you, you may affirm it by writing 8888 in the comments. And if you desire more revelation in this frequency, you are welcome to stay connected here. Go in peace, go in purpose, go in power. Heaven is with you, chosen one.